Hey, Tawana, tell us a little bit about the gains that you've received from the program so far.
Well, it has built my confidence
Okay.
when it comes to my health.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like you and your staff articulate with an understanding. The worst thing is to be going through an illness,
Mhm.
and not have clarity on, what you can do. And I feel like
Mhm.
you have made me comfortable
Mhm.
being a part of the program, but my confidence level,
Yeah.
the certainty of the holistic part of it and me, it's come together.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to me.
Yeah. It's amazing that you said that it gives you confidence. Tell me a little bit about how it was on your own trying to battle what you've gone through with your health.
Well, first of all, just the diagnosis in January of this year was a shocker. And because for the most part, I may not have been the best,
Mhm.
eater, but I wasn't the most poor eater. My grandmother raised me on alternative medicine, and for the most part, I thought I was doing good. But the thing we don't understand that we can't see without a sonogram or X-ray, we don't know what's going inside of us. So
Mhm.
it was devastating
Yeah.
and it was hard,
Yeah.
but because I know that I have a purpose here. I wanted to do more.
Yeah.
And and in this journey, I want to help others. So it's like when I saw your feed come across social media,
Mm.
I just was willing to take a chance because with you all, I haven't felt alone.
Yeah.
You only really see the doctors and have that connection when you go to your doctor's appointment. So you don't have that fulfillment or that comfort of knowing that someone's there.
Yeah.
And even if you call and say, I need to talk to you, you don't know in the next 48 to 72 hours whether or not they're going to call back. But I have to say, you, your, uh, um, your facility, your staff, they text you, they email you, they call you.
Yeah. Which
So
is nice.
you're going to be communicated
Yeah.
one, if not all three ways. So
Yeah.
it's it was lonesome, but again, that's where the confidence came in when you started educating me and you started,
Mm.
sharing and just your prayers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't
Yeah.
know that one doctor has ever said that to me. And for me, I'm a
Mm.
spiritual person, so that means a lot to me. So it's just that connection.
Yeah. I think that that's invaluable, just having a prayer partner, but also treating your mind, body, and spirit, because alternative medicine is something we've used not only with your grandmother, but for thousands of years. And
Yes.
there's modern medicine, which we have to be thankful for, but there's still some holes in that ship, right? It got you
Yes.
where you were. You thought
Yes.
it was a steady ship, and it's like the Titanic. Oh, it's so steady, it's so technologically advanced, but there's still holes. And
Yes.
we're just thankful and blessed to be able to fill those holes the way that we felt they
Yes.
filled us when we've gone through similar journeys
Yes.
ourselves, right?
Yes.
How would you say that, other than the communication, the confidence, the prayers, the education about lifestyle, right? You thought your lifestyle was pretty good and you used alternative medicine and you were healthy, especially a lot healthier than most people in our country, but still got this devastating diagnosis. How do you feel that the treatments we've done with you and the labs and the support is different than what you got from your oncology team?
You open my eyes.
Yeah.
You open my eyes
Yeah.
because them just telling me, but you are
Mhm.
giving me information. It's like the root of the problem. And it may not
Exactly.
be 100%, but it's enough where you can get your body in alignment.
Yeah.
And that
Mhm.
means so much to me. I mean, like, I've gotten to the point now where because of your information, because of how you've treated me and the information
Mhm.
you provided to me, I want to
Mhm.
be a transformational speaker.
Love it.
I want to be able to coach people on the mental and the health aspect of life because I would have never thought some of the things that were on my test results.
Mhm.
I would have never thought that in my wildest dream that that would be inside my body.
Yeah.
But now because I know, I
Mhm.
can work towards
Mhm.
bettering myself. But
Yeah.
if you don't know, you can't better yourself. And this is one thing I want to say.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they're doing their best based on what they know or what
Of
they're
course.
being trained for.
Of course.
But they could bring more comfort to their people, to their
Mhm.
patients,
Mhm.
if they knew the root of the problem,
Yeah.
just not a diagnosis. And
Right.
then because they trust in them, they're not going to question them.
Right.
See, I question it. I even asked for a second opinion,
Yeah.
you know. So it's I'm always going to select
Mhm.
a holistic and alternative medicine over your Western medicine, only because if it worked then, it'll work now.
Yeah.
Remember before there were people getting their PhDs,
Yeah.
the people were healed from the leaves, the things on the ground, in the ground. So I didn't know your organization at the time, but I didn't feel like I was off. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it was the best decision I made.
Oh, just know that what you're looking for is looking for you. And there's not everyone out there that is open-minded, right? Or open to alternative and integrative, right? And
Mhm.
functional and holistic. All these words just mean functionals, let's get to the root of the problem. Holistics, mind, body, spirit, right?
Yes,
Spirit is one of the most important ingredients in anything,
yes,
right?
yes,
And fostering the spirit when our body and flesh is weak, the spirit can be stronger than the
yes,
flesh and always will be, I believe, when we
yes,
foster it and feed it,
yes,
right?
yes,
And it's also looking at how you, this beautiful person, though, took this test, you're making it a testimony, but also you're getting better, not bitter, because of that. You chose that. You chose that because you've also decided you're going to start a company that has, chemical-free products that,
yes,
don't poison women and are linked to
yes,
breast cancer. I mean, that is just
yes,
taking what God had in store for you and running with it. And if we
yes,
all did, which it's so much easier said than done,
yes,
how much happier and brighter would the world be? But it takes effort. It takes faith.
yes,
It takes trust. It's not easy. It's really hard. Let's be honest.
yes. Because even if your mind is clear and you are an intelligent person and
Right.
you're doing this and that,
Mhm.
without your body functioning properly,
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
doesn't matter how well your brain is, because if your body is not allowing you to get up,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, to do what you need to do,
Yeah.
so it's like your
Mhm.
health plays a big
Yeah.
part in
Yeah.
everything.
Totally.
And I'm happier. I've lost, oh, over 25 pounds, and I'm not going back. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I am learning how to discipline myself and to be
Yeah.
consistent.
I love
Is
that.
is it is it easy? No.
No.
But you have to have a why. And my
Right.
why is my own life. First, I have to be happy with me.
Yeah.
Then I can spill that on to my sons and my grandchildren.
Yeah.
I want to
Sure.
be that example to them,
Yes.
not just looking the part, but
Yeah.
literally feeling the part.
I love that. I have the chills everywhere. It's so beautiful. You're just like speaking the truth, and you're going to be an amazing transformational speaker
Thank
because
you.
you've had a transformation and that's what qualifies you to coach others, especially women through that because you can't fill from an empty cup. And the energy and the emotional, mental side of breast cancer is over mothering. How do you
Yeah.
mother all those people you just said that you're doing it for you? Number one, I like how you said that,
Yes.
right? Because if you don't fill your cup, you can't fill all of theirs.
No.
What would you say to a mom that wonders, should I spend time on myself or money on myself and questions it? If it was her kids or grandkids, she'd do it in a heartbeat. But for
Mhm.
her, now she's hesitant. Tell me what you'd say to that mom.
Look,
Mm,
you can't give to others that what you don't have.
amen.
We think
Right?
we think that we can,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
no sooner than you give and give, and then you're burnt out.
Yeah.
And children are young, they have their own life, and they're doing this and that.
Yeah.
who's to say, or is it guaranteed that they're going to pour back into you? And I
Right.
understand it might be a hard a pill to swallow,
Yeah.
but we always count on family.
Yeah.
But before you can count on them, you have to count on yourself.
It's true.
So
True.
please,
Yeah.
mother,
Yes.
please take care of yourself. Self-care and
Yeah.
self-love is very
Yeah.
important.
It
And
is.
that's when you can be able
Yeah.
to give to others
Yeah.
truly and genuinely.
It's true. So true. There I got the chills again. I'm coming to your transformational talks, girl. When you do them, you're doing one today. What about when someone says, I can't afford this? What would you say to that person?
Stop eating McDonald's.
Yeah.
Look at your budget
Mhm.
and see where you can just make some twists and turns,
Yeah.
because the investment is worth it.
Yeah. I like how you
Again,
call it an investment, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
Mhm.
how valuable am I?
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
That's how important it is. And I understand that,
Mhm.
women, you got your hair, you got your nails, you got
Mhm.
all those different um, uh, pampering sessions.
Yeah.
You can eliminate that for a minute to get
Yeah.
yourself together
Mhm.
so that you can be healthy
Yeah.
and beautiful at the same
True.
time.
It's
But
true.
doing all that pampering to yourself and feeling awful
Yeah.
inside,
Yeah. Right.
mm-mm.
I totally agree with you. There was someone who I understand, but I also couldn't fully relate to because, like you, I chose to stop getting my nails done or my toes or, certain things to my hair or buying certain clothes that make you feel good on the outside, right? Or certain makeup things. And I switched to focusing on the inside. And then people just, I mean, not only did I feel better, right? But people were like, I just can't believe how great you look. But you know what? I didn't do it, neither did you, for the looks, right? You're
Exactly.
healthy inside, you just radiate it and you're
Yes.
happier. And
Yes.
it's not a fleeting joy, right? It's not a dopamine hit. It's like you feel it.
It's an unexplainable
Yeah,
joy,
yeah.
because people,
Yeah.
like, I've never been a big smiler. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not cheesing 24/7.
Yeah.
However, in the
Mm,
last 6 months,
mm,
well, let's say less than that, because, I've had some tragedy in my family and I had to
of
go through
course,
that.
of
But in
course.
the last 3 months, I would have to say,
Yeah,
there's been an unspeakable joy that
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
explain,
yeah,
because I feel good that I'm getting healthier. I feel
yeah,
good that I at
yeah.
least know the root of the problem so I can attack it straight on.
Mhm.
And I just it's unexplainable, but I
Yeah,
promise you that when you feel it, you'll know
yes,
it, because
yes,
it's different than the happiness that someone gave you flowers or,
yes.
gave you a gift.
Mhm.
See, the thing is about the unspeakable joy is that when God gives you that joy,
Yeah,
no, it's no comparison to nothing.
it's
And
true.
that's what I feel like working with you.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
feel like you were sent from God,
Just know,
because I
yeah,
could have picked someone else,
yeah,
another facility.
yeah,
I just don't believe that they would have
yeah.
given me what you've given me, because again, I feel like spirits know spirits, and I
Amen.
feel like we have a connection.
Thank you. I feel that too. And I just think that when we trust God, He answers prayer in His timing. And so how many people say, how did this happen? God, why me? Or why? Or how? Or why did it happen? And sometimes God's silent, but sometimes He leads you somewhere
Hmm.
and you have to trust Him. And we
Yes.
serve the same abundant God that our kids feel when we're abundant with them,
Hmm.
right? And we always say that God will meet all of our needs, but also exceedingly abundantly beyond, like Ephesians 3:20, just give us more than we can ask or think. And I
Hmm.
believe when we trust Him, He will. But we
Yeah.
have to trust Him because He says that fear will be there. It's not that but you have to choose faith, right?
Hmm.
And fears around you. How am I going to afford this? How do I have time for this? Right? There's
Hmm.
tragedy, there's setbacks. Well,
Hmm.
I believe they're just set ups when you trust God. There's always going to be bumps because when we're through those trials, that's when we get closer. And then there's the triumph on the other side, right?
Yeah.
Closer to our creator. So thank you for trusting him. But I do agree that even look at this pandemic. All right. The blessing and the burden of COVID is that we probably wouldn't have met on
Exactly.
your journey. So we have to thank God for the setback,
Yeah.
right? The missed work, the lockdown. It was hard, But the
Mhm.
blessing when we trust him, I just said, Lord God, you asked me to do this. You asked me to take my
Mhm.
journey and help others. Why are you locking me down? Why are you handcuffing me to my
Mhm.
home when you told me this is what you want me to do to help your children? And he just said to trust me. I said, God, I'm so angry right now.
Mhm.
I don't understand. Like a child, I'm gonna
Mhm.
cry. But then I
Mhm.
trust him and he pulled us back to launch us forward. We didn't just have to
Yes.
go back in.
Yes.
Then he opened us up to showed us a way.
You know, the pandemic was a storm, a storm. You know,
Yeah,
I consider it like a storm.
yeah,
And I like to say to
mhm,
my younger
yeah,
um, people, I'd be like, you know, when they're going through, you know, their little situations, I'm like,
yeah,
but it's not about the storm. It's what
yeah.
you do in the midst of the storm.
Amen.
You know, we are all tested daily.
Amen.
It's
Yeah,
not about the storm. It's about what are you going to do? Are
yep,
you going to get fearful? Are
right,
you going to be angry? Are
right,
you going to react?
right.
You know, it's like he wants to see how we're going to draw near to him
Yeah,
in those times of difficulties, tribulations.
amen.
So, you know, I would say, you know, just to everyone, like when things get hard,
Yeah,
don't lose your mind. You know,
yes,
keep focused
yes,
because God is true to his word and
amen,
he's going to make sure that we come out of this
amen,
victorious. And
amen.
I feel like
Mhm.
I am there. I'm celebrating my victory
I love
because
it.
I know next year it's only going to be greater.
It's true. And God just brings us from glory to glory when we choose not to be a victim, but to be the victor when we trust him. I think
Yes.
it's beautiful. And I look at that childlike faith that we have, and also how sometimes we behave like a child. We don't, right? Think
Yeah.
we want our way, we're not in control. We realize as we grow in our maturity in our relationship with God, like you said, that when we trust him, it's just he'll bring you to the promised land, but you have to
Yes.
trust. So
Yes.
I love what you've said. Is there anything you want to add to anyone that, maybe on the fence about considering this type of an approach or working with us remotely? We still haven't met in person. Yeah, we did labs in your home. And you're like the sisterhood of the traveling pants, you and I. I'm in up here while you're down there, and then I'm over there. You and I
Yes.
were what would you say to someone? Anything you want to add, or just anyone that's concerned about the working remotely with labs and Zoom visits and phone calls? What would you say, or anything you want to add?
First of all, I didn't even think it was possible, but you made it possible.
God
Yes,
does.
I got my labs
God
at
did.
home.
Yeah.
They give
Yeah.
you very direct instructions. You
Yeah.
follow instructions, you send
Yeah.
them back,
Hmm.
and you get your results.
Yeah.
And you know, so I love the mobility of it.
Hmm.
I love the fact that we're here in 2022 and we
Yeah.
can have a meeting or a conference online in our homes.
Yep.
Um, so you're not rushing out, you're not dealing with traffic. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? You have someone who really has your best interests at heart,
Mhm.
you know. So um it's nothing really to think twice about outside of what do you want for yourself? Do you want better?
Yeah.
And do you want a natural or alternative
Mhm.
um, results?
Yeah.
You know, because Western medicine is going to continue to
Mhm.
um, add more problems on top of problems. And
Yeah.
that's what I didn't want. And that's why I am doing my best to change my cycle as
Mhm.
far as my being healthier.
Yeah.
So um, I'm not on blood pressure medicine or any other. Like I haven't even really taken any allergy medicine in a while
Wow.
because I feel like when your body is getting in tune and
Yeah.
it's balancing,
Yeah.
and I do have still a ways to go, but
Right.
just to feel what I feel now,
Yeah.
oh, I'm smiling real big.
Yeah. And like you
What's
said,
to
you're embracing
come?
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you know what I'm
true.
saying? So if
Yeah.
you're thinking
Mhm.
about doing something alternative, what do you have to lose?
Yeah. You just have to
You don't
be.
have anything to lose
Yeah.
because right now, if you're doing Western medicine, the question is, or how well do you feel? Are you feeling
Right.
any side effects? So forth and
Right.
so on. And this is not to guarantee anything,
Right.
but I felt like my back was against the wall
Yeah.
because of my upbringing. I knew about alternative medicine. So I felt like this was the best decision to make. But
Yeah.
I don't think you can go wrong with this.
Right. It's like, what's the worst that can happen? There's side
What's
effects of
the
Western medicine.
worst?
The side effects here are, oh, besides getting to the root causes of some of your cancer here and addressing them versus just cutting them out and killing them in Western, right? The side effects are you may lose weight, you may feel happier, you may not need your allergy
Yeah.
pill, you may also not need your blood
Well,
pressure
bring it
pill.
on. Bring it on.
I'll take those side effects any day. I got the
Yes.
list of nausea, headache, hair loss,
Yes.
neuropathy, like, so, and why
Yes.
not just do both, right? I have someone today that I was working with right before you that just said, can I work with you just to help mitigate the side effects? They don't have anything for me, but more medication. And then I have more side effects. I said, yeah, we could do that. Like, it's to each his
Mhm.
own. Everyone has their own journey. We're not against medicine. We're just here to all work together for you to win,
Mhm.
right? For you to win. So thank you
Mhm.
so much for sharing. I don't
Thank
think
you
I
for
missed
having me.
anything. I think that you are just a beautiful beacon of light. And I just want to thank you for saying yes to you, because you saying
Yes.
yes and lighting your candle and lighting yourself up is just the beginning to light the way for others. So thank you so much. And it's a blessing to serve you. I know that we're going
Thank
to end the room
you.
right now, but I'm going to make sure we always end how we always do, with prayer. Okay.
Okay. Thank
Go ahead
you.
and pause that. Thank you so much. Let me just pause that for a second. Cool.